Hey guys, I'm Alivia. In today's video, I want to talk about my journey learning Japanese. I started learning Japanese 3.5 years ago when I was in my second year of university. At the time, I wanted to learn it because I thought it would be nice to be able to watch anime without subtitles one day, and I also needed to fulfill some art credits towards my degree. I remember practicing memorizing hiragana and katakana by making charts at home for the quiz next class. The class was very interactive and I got to make new language learning friends. I would say the main reason I wanted to continue taking higher level classes was because my prof at the time was really good at teaching intro Japanese. She had a great sense of humor and her lectures were really entertaining, which made me want to come back. If it's not because of her, I probably would have lost the confidence in taking more Japanese classes. I ended up taking all the Japanese classes from intro to advanced available at my school, and I took another class on Japanese linguistics last year, which was hell for me because I really didn't like linguistics. From these experiences, I want to mention the textbooks that I used. For beginner levels intro into Japanese, I used Genki 1 and 2. In my experience, the Genki series is beginner friendly because the instructions are all in English. You really get to learn Japanese from an English speaker's perspective. However, after I got to a somewhat more advanced level and have been self-learning Japanese, I realized that Genki offers a somewhat unnatural sounding Japanese learning experience, particularly the dialogues used in its listening activities. The recordings sound rather non-native and more targeted towards foreigners rather than showing you how Japanese people would actually talk like in real life. But as I said, Genki is a good option as an introduction to learning Japanese as an English speaker. Now moving on to intermediate Japanese. The textbooks I used were Marugoto Intermediate 1 and 2. Overall, I would recommend these textbooks if you've passed the basic stages of reading and listening comprehension. Also, if you want to do more challenging materials. Compared to the Genki audio passages, Marugoto's dialogues were really close to how native people would talk in real life. It's definitely a better representation of real-world Japanese conversations. The instructions and texts are all written in Japanese in the Marugoto series, unlike Genki. That being said, you will need to have already had the skills needed for understanding basic commands, vocabs, and sentences in order to use this textbook smoothly. Finally, life after intermediate level. I suggest that you keep sharpening your Japanese through reading, from news articles to light novels or just reading manga. I know many people who learn new words every day by doing flashcards using Anki. I personally don't use Anki though, since I do find it boring, but it is a very practical way to improve your vocabulary. To help you acquire the ability to self-learn Japanese, I'd try watching Japanese YouTube videos or reading manga if you want to keep your Japanese fresh, but be sure to read novels if you want to improve your Japanese really fast. There's also this method called AJAT, stands for All Japanese All the Time, which is a method where you fully surround your environment with Japanese in your daily life. This is the most effective way to learn any language, since the more you are immersed, the faster your brain picks up the language. To wrap up this video, I wanted to mention some apps that helped me with learning Japanese. Rikai-kun Chrome extension, which is similar to another popular learning extension called Yumi-chan. With this, whenever you hover over any Japanese text, it'll show you all the definitions of that word or phrase. It's a very convenient add-on in my opinion. For searching up kanjis that you don't know how to read, so you can't type it out to search its meaning, I found this mobile app called Shirabe Jisho, which allows you to draw kanji on your phone. I found it quite useful as it recognizes the characters I draw very fast, unlike some other apps I've tried where if you draw a character, often it mismatches it to a wrong one. It's available for free on Android and iOS. Finally, I wanted to share my favorite online dictionary with you. It's jisho.org. It's extremely useful and convenient web dictionary. I use this website most of the time when I want to quickly search up a word or phrase. You can also see example sentences using a text you feed by clicking on the sentences tab on the top. That is all for this video. Feel free to leave a comment down below to share your language learning experience and tips. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope anything I've mentioned is helpful to you. Best of luck on your language learning journey.